Welcome to your first look, brought to you by 60 Helmets. I'm Jason Weigandt. This is Sophie Phelps. We're getting rained on, and that has resulted in a big change to the program.
Lots of changes.
Yeah, no riding for press day and no racing for you
WMX.
today.
Nor is there amateur practice day.
That's right.
Day.
But on the bonus side, tell everybody the WMX schedule. There's a little silver lining tomorrow.
It's true. We lost a moto, unfortunately. It's just going to be a one moto format. But we have a qualifying session in the morning, and then we race on Peacock, actually.
Yes.
And I believe on NBC Sports?
No, by then, only our middle two motos. Even the last moto of the day is Peacock only. There is an NBC 2 hours right in the middle of the day live. But it does mean you're the very last moto of the day?
Yes.
Okay.
Which means the track will be gnarly.
It will be.
So I'm excited about that.
Yes.
But it's our one moto of the day. So the only race we'll have is going to be pretty gnarly. They said that maybe there will be some prep before that, which I believe.
Yeah.
But it's going to change things up.
You can only do so much after 4 straight hours of motos right before that.
Certainly.
So you have never raced here or ridden here before.
No.
What is your take on the dirt from what you've seen, even though it's raining right now?
I think it looks really good.
Yeah.
I think dark soil means it's rich soil.
Okay.
And that in my head translates to this is going to rut up.
Oh, yeah.
And it's tacky. So it's going to be tacky and rutted. You can tell it's hard dirt, kind of just like stomping in it.
Yeah.
And we've heard that before. Hard dirt, hard ruts, but it gets deep ruts. So I'm excited about that. I think it'll be good. There's not a lot of berms out here, but again, with how tacky it is, you might not need them.
The ruts will do the berm work, especially depending on how much rain. They didn't want to run anyone today because they wanted to keep the track sealed, because tomorrow I don't think it's going to rain, so it should be okay. Tom, our cameraman, went out and checked out some new sections of the track. The start hooks back on to the track the way it used to before Motocross of Nations. In 2010, they changed it for that race. They don't go behind the starting gates anymore like they did for the last 15 years. And then the bigger change is the 2 tabletops going uphill to the Thunder Valley sign. They don't go all the way around. So you'll see that tomorrow. That'll be a significant change to the track. And one other significant change, Eli Tomac is finally racing. He didn't even get to race Denver Supercross this year. He hasn't raced this one since 2022. You know what it's like. You've been at these last 2 races. To have Tomac, especially in Colorado, fans are going to be going wild.
The fans are nuts wherever he goes.
Yes.
I've been to races all across the U.S. and people are going crazy because he's a legend in the making, or maybe already a legend.
Yep. Fair.
So, yeah, and not to mention his dad is the Grand Marshal of this race. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yep.
So that'll be exciting. I mean, the Tomac family is here. They are really here at this event.
And he's got that moto win under his belt. I have a feeling the Honda bikes will be even better this weekend. They tested a lot. But let's find out what the riders say. We interviewed them during press day. They didn't ride, but they did talk.
And as always, First Look is presented by 60 Helmets. 60 Helmets is dedicated to the relentless pursuit of brain protection. 60's patented omnidirectional suspension technology provides protection capabilities unmatched by any other helmet design.
How do you feel after the weekend?
Happy with my riding. Of course, I would love to have that second moto back and not crash in that one turn last week in Sacramento, but overall, it's a solid start to the motocross season. Like, haven't had to do much to my motorcycle. Everything's gone like solid for beginning of the season. Haven't really had any fire drills or anything. So, looking to continue, hopefully with performances like last week's first moto.
Awesome. With the track changes this week, you feel more comfortable with them? This is your hometown track, essentially. Mm-hmm. Have you seen them? What do you think about them?
Haven't been out there yet.
Okay.
That'll be soon, but I'm just excited to be here in Colorado. It's always, like, no matter what, it's a home feeling. So while everyone's complaining about the bikes being slow, it's normal for me.
It's your first pro race.
Yeah, I'm excited.
How you feel?
I'm excited. It's looking good. Track looks wet. I'm sure there's going to be lots of passing options, so it should be a good weekend.
Based off the results last weekend, very different track conditions. We had some rain here. How do you feel going into this track? It's typically more rutted, kind of thicker, heavier dirt. Do you feel more confident here than you did the last weekend, or are you just carrying the momentum into this weekend?
Definitely, I'm carrying the momentum, but I really like ruddy tracks. They're more technical. It slows it down a little bit. So, I'm looking forward to it.
You've got a decent amount of dudes still under the semi. How do you feel like you can stack up against those guys?
No, I'm confident. I know I can run with them. We train with them every day, so yeah.
Tell me how you feel after the weekend with the heat. Basically, we talked about a handful of guys They said that they were still recovering into Tuesday and Wednesday. How did you feel going into this week?
Felt pretty good. I was definitely pretty smoked after that one. Took Sunday, Monday off. Didn't ride until Tuesday. Felt actually surprisingly really good on Tuesday. We put 2 days in, did a little testing on the bike, felt really good. But no, last week was hot. I don't know, that felt like one of the hottest round I've ever been to. So I was a little pumped they pushed it back, but the second moto. But yeah, no, it was a good weekend.
You've raced here many times before. You've had some good results at Thunder Valley. Do you feel more confident here than you did at the last 2 tracks?
Yeah, no, I feel really good for Thunder Valley. I'm pretty pumped it's rained so far. I remember the last time it was like this, it was in 2023 on the 450. The track was super sick, got a lot of ruts in it, so hopefully it's similar as back then. No, I like Thunder Valley, had some good results, so looking forward to it.
I was actually just having a conversation about this race with you on the 450.
Yeah.
Basically stock 450.
Completely stock.
Yeah, completely stock.
Yeah.
You've had, let's say, some good history here. How do you feel going after the past weekend, the heat? I've talked to a handful of other guys. They said they were recovering all the way through middle, if not Thursday of the week. How do you feel going into today?
Better. Unfortunately, I was really sick last weekend, so still getting over the cold and been a little rough start to the season. Not what we'd like, but no, feeling good. Always some good vibes here, and yeah, very looking forward to it tomorrow. Looks like we got some rain, so hopefully it should be deep, and hopefully they rip it deep and bring the great outdoors back. So yeah, looking forward to it.
So would you prefer a gnarly, deep rutted track versus kind of like the hard pack tracks that we've had the last 2 rounds?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like it's better racing and stuff. I mean, I feel like every year you always have good racing here, and it's because it's very ruddy and very gnarly, and gnarlier the better. So yeah, I'm a big believer in that. I feel like it's better for passing and better for racing, and honestly, whatever is better for racing, that's what I'm for. So yeah.
All right, Jorge, welcome to Thunder Valley. It's a little crazy right now. It looks like it might rain. I have to address the elephant in the room and ask about the bike being or needing to be faster. Can you just give me a little bit more clarification on that? I know you said that it's based off of the way that you ride. You feel like you need a little bit more power, or is it the tracks themselves?
Well, I think we just need to keep working overall. We are only 2 races in, so we have a lot of room for improvements. We are doing the best we can to make steps forward. So, no, excited for another weekend of racing. I think we made a little step this week, so hopefully we can show it this tomorrow.
And then based off of the last 2 tracks going into this, 2 very different tracks, different types of dirt, do you feel more comfortable, or do you feel like this is going to suit you a little bit better than the last 2 tracks did?
Well, I think all the tracks suit me good. Starting from Pala to Hangtown was super fun, and looking to this track a little bit around, it seems like a cool dirt and a cool track. So I think it will be a fun weekend. All these tracks look very good, so I'm excited to ride in a new track for me, and we are in altitude, but it will be fun anyway.
What is the one race that you are looking forward to the most based off of the track itself?
Well, let's say after coming to, like, for example, this track and seeing how nice it is, I'm pretty much looking forward to every single race. I think every track is unique, and yeah, just looking forward to the rest of the championship.
How you feeling coming off of last weekend? Heat, pretty much everything involved with the motos.
Well, I mean, this weather first off is way better. It's not like 107 or what it was last weekend. I knew that weekend was going to be tough all around, just strictly from the heat. I mean, anytime they're cutting motos, you know that it's pretty brutal. But yeah, I mean, obviously last weekend wasn't ideal. It was better than Paula, but it still wasn't where I think I belong. We made a few changes to the bike this week, and we figured out some more stuff to test for next week that we might even be able to try tomorrow throughout practice and stuff to kind of try that. There's just one, I'm getting a little bit of a kick in the rear of the bike, a little bit more than I want to, especially like coming down some of the fast downhills at Hangtown last weekend. That's kind of where I really noticed it. And I mean, this track, it's got some pretty fast downhills as well that kind of form those really fast, steep, like square edge, kind of really kicky bumps. And I think the bike just needs to be a little bit better in those areas. But also I need to get a better start. my first moto start last weekend wasn't bad, but I was kind of pacing myself a little bit too much from the heat, so I didn't really like kind of drop the hammer as fast as I needed to right away. So you know, I need to put myself up at the front off the start, and then I need to be able to sprint harder right away. And I think the bike can be a little bit better, like I was saying. So hopefully we can get that ironed out. Hopefully before race time tomorrow. But if not, we have some more stuff we're going to be trying next weekend or next week, leading up to the race next weekend. So I think we have a good direction. And yeah, a little bit from me, a little bit from the bike, and we'll be good.
In Supercross, we saw you gain a lot of momentum through the season. Do you feel like outdoors is going to be like that as well, as each round is kind of going to get you a little bit closer and closer to the results that you and the team want?
Yeah, I mean, that's what Supercross, I feel like I started off a little slower than even I'm starting off outdoors with, as far as just like, you know, struggling more with that than I am now, I feel like, for outdoors. So I feel like I'm only going to get better just like I did in Supercross. And a little bit of that was figuring some things out with the bike, and a little bit of that was figuring some things out with me. So just like I was just saying, you know, I need to be better at putting myself up front early, and we need to make a few adjustments to the bike to get that handling a little bit better. But yeah, I feel like I'm only going to get better as the season goes on, and as we get out of the West Coast back to the East Coast, because I prefer, you know, the Red Bud, Budds Creek, Millville, you know, I prefer that style of track more than Holland Hangtown, essentially. So, so yeah, I'm thinking that as the season goes on, I mean, that's my goal is to only keep improving.
And then with the progression going on through the season, where do you see yourself finishing in motos towards rounds 9, 10, and 11?
I mean, I think I should be in the top 10 right now, period. I think that's where I should be, and then just continue to build from there. You know, shoot for top 5s, and whenever I can start getting close to top 5s and start shooting for podiums, it's kind of going to be just putting 2 solid motos together and you know, just minimizing the mistakes. I feel like that's kind of been a little bit of my thing this year. It's just too many mistakes here and there. It's not that I don't have the speed at times, but it's just too many mistakes or a bad start or something like that. So it's just going to be putting together more of those consistent motos to hopefully put together a good overall finish. So, I mean, obviously right now a top 10 is the goal, but that's the thing about dirt bikes is as soon as you reach a goal, you immediately set another one. Like, you can't just be satisfied with like, okay, I got a top 10, next weekend I just want to get another top 10. You know, you immediately have to set a new goal. So, you know, right now it's a top 10. Whenever I get that, it'll be a top 5, I guess, you know. So it'll just continue to be better and better as I can kind of improve throughout the season.